So dating during van life. Let's talk about it. Good morning, friends. Good to see you. It's a new day. If you missed my last couple of videos, I got really sick and finally cleaned up my place. It's the first time I've actually gotten ready in the morning and feel somewhat normal, somewhat back to myself. My throat is still very hoarse. I'm about 80%. I'd say back to normal. So now lately I've been feeling something I don't often feel, and that is loneliness. I've been planning my next month or so travel wise. There's just something missing. I want to do it with someone. I mean, doing it with friends is awesome. Meeting up with other nomads, great, but I would love to be doing these adventures and just doing life with someone, a special someone. It's been on my mind quite a bit lately, and I've been doing a lot of reflecting and trying to just kind of figure out why has dating been so hard for me, and it has been hard to the point where I'm often happier alone, which is sad. I don't want to be alone, but my willingness to deal with bullshit level used to be up here. Now it's down here. I ain't got time for it. Also, my 40th birthday is coming up. I can't believe I'm gonna be 40. I don't have a stigma around it. I feel good about it. I feel good about how I feel, how I look. I feel good about those things. But I also look back and I realize I've done most of my adult life alone. And there are spurts that I've had a relationship and had really good relationships and had some bad relationships, but I really want to find my person and I want to have a family. Side note, I'm starting to not even care about having kids. I don't know why. I know I want kids, but I've never had the I want kids with you feeling, and I'm waiting for that feeling. I'm not gonna just have a kid because I want kids. I need to have that I want to have babies with you feeling, or I don't want babies. Does that make sense? And then there's the can I have babies question. I mean, I think I'm pretty healthy. People in their 20s have trouble conceiving sometimes. You never know what your fertility is. Anyway, so I just kind of want to chat today. Do sit down and chat and ask you guys your opinions, like where you're at in your life. There is a social stigma about being 40 and not having been married. I don't feel those pressures personally. I don't care about age. I do feel like I'm in a spot in my life where I just want to share it with somebody and create a life with somebody. I don't want to go create a life on my own. I really don't. I probably should just do that. I always pictured buying my first house with somebody, traveling with somebody, all the things I pictured not doing alone, but doing with someone. The second best option is if I don't have someone, I'm gonna do it anyway, but I would rather do it with my lover. We can sit in the hot tub. Saturday Night Live, anyone? Okay, no. I jotted down a few ideas. Some of the reasons dating's been so hard for me have nothing to do with van life whatsoever. So I'm gonna talk about those first, and then we'll get into the van life stuff. I have a few stories. It's been crazy. I know I haven't dated because I've chosen not to date. I've made the choice to focus on my career first. Sometimes it's more out of necessity than choice, but if I back up a few years, when I was in Los Angeles, I was working full-time and doing YouTube full-time. So every hour of every single day I spent working. That doesn't really leave room for a relationship. And then I would get into a relationship and that takes time away from my career, which is fine. But when those relationships didn't work out, it was like I kind of gave up a part of myself for nothing. A big part of me is very protective of my career and everything I've worked for. Also, I'm very type A in my career, but I'm very type B in a relationship. I like to be the woman. I like to kind of let a man lead a little bit and be the man. It's tricky balancing that dynamic and those parts of my personality in a relationship because it's hard to switch back and forth between the two. When I'm with my man, I'm kind of more relaxed and more in the feminine. And then when I'm doing my work stuff, I'm super masculine energy, which I think is fine. So it's hard for me to balance that in a relationship. The reason I'm not in a relationship is because I put zero effort into finding a relationship. I'm not on dating apps. I'm not pursuing anything. Something that keeps happening lately too is I do kind of open the door with someone, start chatting with them, and within a very short amount of time, they tell me they're in love with me or fall in love really fast or say I'm gonna make you my wifey, those kind of things, and that scares the shit out of me because how do you know that within a couple of weeks of meeting someone? So dating's also been a little challenging because I have a very social presence. So someone can go online and see the last 10 years of my life. I've been daily vlogging for so long and I feel like people watch my videos and think they're in love with me because of the videos they watch. And then we meet once and they're already having all these feelings and I don't have any feelings yet. So it's just like an imbalanced thing. I always ask people I'm dating not to watch my videos and to get to know me in person first. And then they think I'm trying to hide something when I'm not. I just want to get to know someone and see if we actually connect. I don't want someone to fall in love with the online version of me, because yes, it is me and I'm very authentic online, but it doesn't allow me to fall in love with them at the same speed. So that's been tricky. That's been challenging for sure. One thing I also struggle with is I love to glam and look great, and that attracts a very specific type of person, sometimes extremely superficial, but I'm not a superficial person. I look super glam and I love expressing myself that way. I'm kind of like a pop artist on the inside and I want to physically represent that on the outside. However, I'm extremely trashy and down to earth. And those two things don't often meld. When I meet a more down to earth dude, he doesn't like all the glam and the makeup and can't stand it sometimes. And the theatrics. I'm a Leo. I'm theatrical. I love expressing myself. I love being artistic. But lately I've been attracting a lot of people just attracted to my Instagram profile and my looks and just kind of superficial people, which is not what I want. I want like a heart-centered person who likes to like go out and look good. It is hard to find both. I'm definitely both. I want to find both. So that's been a bit of a challenge. I feel like I need to dress like a homely goblin and attract a heart-centered person and then get my glam on. So I guess putting in no effort and low bullshit tolerance. Those are reasons I'm still single. But let's talk about dating in van life. Now, logistically, it's just difficult. Yes, I can get on the apps and meet people online, that's fine, but I'd rather meet someone through friends. If I know someone who knows them and knows what type of person they are, that's always a better start to a relationship. When you're traveling, you just meet random people. And since I work from home and I spend all of my time making these videos and traveling, I don't go out to bars, I don't work in an office. It's just very difficult to physically meet people. So that's been a challenge, and I'm kind of exhausted of doing the app dating. I'm really exhausted of it because there's just so many duds. And let's say I'm lonely one night and I turn Bumble back on and I start scrolling. The type of guy I want to attract probably isn't going to be attracted to the fact that I'm almost 40 and living in a vehicle. Let's just be real. If I met someone who was traveling full-time living in their vehicle, I'd probably be like, that person doesn't have their shit together. I want kind of a domesticated man. I'm a domesticated type of woman. It doesn't seem like it because I travel full time, but I really want to have a family. So I think the fact that I do van life is a turnoff to the type of guy that I want to attract. Maybe my dream guy is attracted to this lifestyle, I don't know. But I would like to settle down eventually, and when people come across my profile and see that I'm traveling full time, makes it look like I don't want to settle down. So I think someone who's serious about dating for real is like, is this girl going to be in town for 3 more days or a year? Like, from the outside it looks like I could just be gone any minute, but in reality, if I met someone and fell in love, I would stay in the area that they lived in as long as weather permitted me to do this and travel and still do my job. I know it could work, but on first glance, this lifestyle isn't that attractive to most people, I would say. In my ideal world, my man would like to do this with me, but we'd have a home base and both be able to work from the road. So that's another challenge. Like today, I'm about to go for a hike right now. So even if I were in a relationship, doesn't necessarily mean I would get to share that adventure with my person anyway, because they'd probably be at their normal job. It's just a logistical nightmare, really. So I either meet a person who is tied to one area and I stay there and date them, or I date someone who's doing van life, and that comes with its own set of challenges. I've dated a couple people while traveling who have their own rigs, and you go from 0 to living together in 90 seconds, literally. It is a lot, and it is a lot very fast. I'm a slow burn type of person. I don't fall in love fast. It takes me time to trust people, and I get very overwhelmed when I have to spend every second of every day with someone. One of the people I dated had saved up a bunch of money so they weren't working while traveling, and I was working like 7 days a week. So that was tricky because I had to spend most of my day working when they wanted to spend a lot of the day adventuring and hanging out. So just because you're both doing van life does not mean you both have the same lifestyle and obligations. So it's been tricky. been very, very tricky. It takes time to get to know someone as well. So in van life, like you go from meeting to like full-on dating, spending every second together. Then all of a sudden you're like traveling around with this person you barely know. And I actually had a very scary situation with someone I was dating, and I disappeared from the internet for a month and a half. I didn't want him to know where I was. Got very fucking creepy, like really creepy. So kind of vulnerable when you're traveling around by yourself as a woman in general. So it has not only been a challenge for me, it's been a literal nightmare at times. Okay, but let's say I do meet someone who's traveling down with the lifestyle. Our lifestyles mesh. Well, in van life, you kind of become a garbage human. There was one point where I hadn't showered in 2 days and the guy hadn't showered in like 5 days, and he was wanting to get a little physical, and I was like, no, I do not want a UTI, but thank you so much for offering. Just the hygiene and cleanliness, like if you're out in the desert getting real dirty, that doesn't really set the mood for me anyway. I like to feel fresh and clean and smelling good. I'm not that trashy. I wish I was. I wish I could just be a little more laid back in that area, but we're gonna have some real talk right now. You know how like you do the dirty and then in order to not get a UTI, you go to the restroom right after. Like just those little things are difficult in van life. It's just difficult. Also, it's hard enough for me to coordinate my day just in general, but coordinating with someone else, it's just so much to think about. I think if I was already dating with someone and we built a rig together, that'd be a different story, but it's just hard. There are really good things about it too, though. When I dated someone who was doing the van life lifestyle, I get done with work and we go hiking together, and it's really, really fun. But then I had a gig, so I had to go to a certain state and he wanted to go to a different state, so we just kind of disconnected, and it's very hard to meet up when we were like 600 miles away from each other, so it's just challenging. And now I realize that after just talking to you guys, focusing so much on what doesn't work about dating in van life, where I'm not even trying, I've had some really like kind of traumatic experiences over the last couple years with dating, and it's just, I'm kind of struggling right now, I'll say. So it's hard for me to want to date someone when I'm not feeling that great about my situation. I felt better when I was doing van life, when I was traveling around in the van, because it was like a big adventure, but now I'm like living in this trailer because I don't really have other options right now, and that kind of sucks, but still an adventure. Spring and summer are coming. I know that's going to make a big difference. I haven't really been able to travel too much in the winter. Income is coming in. I'm getting back on my feet. It's just been a really difficult year, dating wise, financially, career wise. It's been awful, and I feel like I'm starting over from scratch. It's fine, I've accepted it, it's where I'm at, but it doesn't really make me want to date. But I want to start putting out more positive vibes around it and start being a little more open to dating and trying to figure out more what I do want than what I don't want. I have a lot of examples of what I don't want from past experience, but I kind of have a lot of like negative thoughts and feelings toward dating right now, and I think that needs to shift before I find a right person, because then I'll just keep attracting the wrong type of people. So that's my little spiel about dating in a van. I'm sure I'll think of more things as the day goes on, but I'm gonna make some oatmeal, fuel up, and go out for a hike. I just did a little try-on haul for all of my tops. Well, not really a try-on haul, but I was kind of telling everyone on Instagram that these are for sale. I'm just doing custom orders right now instead of making a bunch and risking them not selling, because they take a few hours to make each. I'm just gonna do custom orders, so if you're interested, the bralettes, I sell them each for $40 plus shipping and handling, and that is kind of a lot for a bralette. I mean, you can get one of these from Free People for a little less than that, but I don't have child labor yet in my business, so I have to make these on my own. They're so cute. They're really, really cute. But look at all these delicious colors. They're so cute. I love this bright blue. It's like 2 different blues, 3 different blues, and then these ones. I made one for Easter. I was just kind of experimenting. I think it's kind of cute. I made it a little longer too, so if you like a little more coverage and less of a bralette type of thing, I can make it even longer if you want it more of a shirt. I love this color combo. It's very fun. And then I made this one last night. If you like the two-tone, I can do two-tone with 2 colors of your choosing, but I really like this. It says summery. I love it. It's a nice like beach day top. Looks cute with a skirt or some high-waisted jeans. This is how I would style it if I'm just going out and about. It's got a lot of sleeve. Depending on your cha-cha size, you might have a lot of sleeve, you might not. I can make the cups bigger and closer together if you want less cleavage, so custom orders, let me know. It's up to you. We can basically design it however you want it. You can have more coverage in the midriff, you can have more coverage at the sleeve, and comes in all sizes. So this color is really pretty. I really love this one. Can't wait to get real tan and wear that. Anyway, those are the bralettes, and then I have the bandana tops, which are super duper cute as well. $40 for each of those. I made a ton of these just to make sure I had the right size sewing hook, the right size yarn, and got all my stitches perfected so I can make these with my eyes closed now. That's what I'm gonna do. I have a bunch of different style ideas, but I'm gonna start with these two just because I have them down. I'm not about to sell something I'm not proud of. So yeah, if you're interested, you need a little summer top. Also, I'm wearing a small right now. I'm probably more of a medium top type of person, so this is kind of a push-up style. I put the cups farther apart so it's got this push-up effect, but if you want more coverage, I can shorten this, put the cups together. It's all up to you. So next I want to go to California. This is totally my Cali girl vibe. I dressed like this all the time when I lived in Cali, and I just cleaned yesterday and now it's a shithole again. I'm gonna clean this up before I leave because I do not want to come back to this mess. And by clean up, I mean just going to shove those in there for now. Oh, I made an Ireland one too. I'm trying all sorts of different styles, but like I said, I want to get really, really good at each style before I sell them to people and put them on other people's bodies. Oh, this one is one of my favorites too. Look at this colorway. I love this. It's so cute. I would never put these colors together, green, blue, and purple, but with the white. Oh my god, it's so cute. I made this more of a medium. So let me show you what the medium looks like on. The cups are a little bigger on this one. It's a little bit more full coverage. Again, I can make this shorter, make them cover your full boob, but I like a little cleavage, I'm not gonna lie. I'm almost 40, dude. I'm gonna rock this cleavage as long as humanly possible. I've only lost 2 nails in changing my clothes, so that's good. I want and I like to be glam. I'm just very, very bad at it. I already want to rip my nails off so I can play my guitar and crochet the rest of the day. Some of these glue-on nails work really well. The ones with the sticky back work really well. If they don't have a sticky back, they pop off super easy. So, oh wow, they're cute. We're gonna try it. Press-ons are the only way I can nail though, because I do have to take them off to play guitar. I'd love to go get acrylics put on and have really long nails. Like, I love them. They're so fun. It's just not functional enough as a musician or crochet artiste. Am I calling myself a crochet artist? I've made like 50 pieces total. I don't think you're allowed to call yourself that until you've created like 100 masterpieces. Anyway, that's my story. Now I wanted to go full on hiking, but I'm already feeling a bit fatigued. I kind of crash every day in the afternoon and then just need to chill for the rest of the day. So I'm at least gonna go out for a walk and get some sunshine. I'm gonna go dump my trash and just do a few errands, put away my solar panels. I think I have enough Jackery power. It needs to last a heating pad tonight, charging my electronics, and coffee in the morning. That's all I ask. Got enough charge. Gonna go for a walk, get some food. Finally eating solid food. It's so exciting. I lost my sense of taste and smell and I didn't want coffee. I didn't want food. I didn't want anything for like 2 weeks straight. So one of my very favorite things to do ever. Instantly feel better. Part of it is the exercise, part of it is the sunshine. It's just all good vibes. I always feel better after a nice, beautiful walk in Utah. I am happy I didn't go on a full-on hike. I don't know why my body is not recovering, but it's better every day. I really crash around this time of day. But I've been thinking, I think I'm gonna put myself out there a little bit more. Partly why I haven't put myself out there is I don't know where I wanna settle down. I love Utah, I love my friends here. I've talked about this a million times. There's so much to do here. But socially, it is not my favorite place. It's just not for me. But I think if you can have your own group of friends and you're like the people you hang out with most often and just keep solid people around you, then you can ignore the rest. But I think about raising a family and daughters in this environment, and I don't want to do that. Dating here though is awkward. Lots of Mormon people. That's not going to work for me. But then I have a lot of the values of Mormon people, so maybe like an ex-Mormon person. Another difficult thing about dating my age is people in my dating pool are usually divorced with kids. I don't mind the kids part, but The exes have been a massive issue in the past, and it just makes life a living hell. It's not fun. So if I can find like a man with an emotionally mature ex and a man with good boundaries, if he has an emotionally immature ex, then it could work. But or people my age who don't have a family, don't want a family, they don't want kids, and I want kids, or at least one kid, or at least 2 really cute animals. I don't know, I have to have that I want to have a baby with you feeling, and I don't know if it's ever gonna happen, but I know I have to live somewhere sunny. I know that that's established, so I'll probably get back on the apps. Maybe this guy on his longboard will be cute. I don't know. Should I fake fall and then he has to come help me? I think I'll get back on the apps and just give it a go. St. George is a contender, so is California, so is Arizona. I'm also kind of having this self-awareness thing, like, would I date me right now? Probably not. Someone kind of starting over in their career, starting fresh, living in a vehicle, I mean, I don't know, probably not. So I kind of just need to get my shit together. I'm at least gonna be open to dating, because I want to spend most of my summer in Utah and then go north as it gets warmer, but I am gonna spend a lot of time here, so maybe I'll get back on the apps tonight. It's also a very small town, so it's tricky. I'm just feeling kind of lonely today and introspective and almost 40, so it's like, let's reevaluate life. Like, I've kind of given up having like a normal life because I've followed my passions since I was 19 years old. That's a cool story when you're really successful with your passions, but when you're almost 40 and you've given up so much, like relationships, to focus on career, and then you're nowhere in your career, it's like, it's disheartening. It's disheartening. I'm having kind of a hard time with it. I've worked so hard and I've sacrificed so much for my career. It's like, was it worth it? Like, I live in a fucking trailer, and I do that, yes, so I can travel. I mainly do it so I don't have to work a full-time job while I'm doing YouTube and building my business and doing all that. And yes, it was growing, and then I fell off the face of the earth. Now I feel like I'm starting over, and it sucks, and I'm struggling with it. One thing I'm grateful for though is I have my health. Well, I just got really sick, but I have my general health. That is the most important. Like, if you don't have your health, you don't have anything. So my finances can change. I can meet someone today. I don't know. I've been doing a lot of healing from past relationship traumas as well, so I'm a very protected person. I know I need to let my guards down a little bit, but I need to do that with the right person. These are just my random thoughts about dating. I would much rather date an ugly dude who has a good heart and who I can laugh with and have a good connection with than be with someone who's completely superficial. So I at least know that about myself, but can't we have both? Let's put this puppy in drive mode and gonna go get some grub. So I'm gonna spend this weekend cleaning out the Suburban. It's horrendous. I kind of organized it when I was in Florida, and then I moved to Denver for 4 days, and then I just like tossed it all in there. It's been a wild journey. It's crazy how much stuff I've accumulated because I was in the van. So I have all that stuff, but I also have all these clothes and things I bought in Ireland, things I bought for the Suburban build. There's a keyboard under there somewhere. It's just a mess right now. So I have to get this organized. I'm finally in Utah at my storage unit. So the only problem is my storage unit is already maximum capacity. So I'm gonna have to like sell things, and then where do I store the things I want to sell? It's like impossible to do without a garage or an apartment. If I had an apartment here, I could just put everything in the apartment and sell things one by one, but having things in storage and trying to sell them, I don't know how I'm gonna do that. I guess I could put the things I want to sell in the Suburban and then meet people somewhere. Facebook Marketplace, etc. Anyway, I'm starving, so let's go. You guys, I already have a date. I have a hot date with Panda Express. My tried and true, my ride or die. I love when there's snow in the mountains, but it's like warm and sunny down below. I changed my mind. I want grocery store sushi. It's actually really good. So I'm in a grocery store parking lot. I don't really feel like opening my back window for some extra light, but look what a difference it makes. Just cracking up my back door a little bit makes such a difference. I haven't had sushi in forever, and Smith's actually has really good sushi here in St. George. So when I lived here, I used to get this a couple times a week. It's really good. Look how dark and dingy it is in here. If I ever do another build, I will have lots of windows, and hopefully they will be like those detective room windows where you can only see out and not in. But sunlight in here means I have my side door unlocked and my back door unlocked and propped open, so I don't always feel like being that exposed when I'm in a random parking lot. I've been crocheting up a storm, making a matching skirt and top set. And I started working on my Bumble profile, and then I was like, no, I just really need to focus on me right now and get myself in a really, really good spot. Get myself grounded and settled. If something comes along and it's meant to be, it's meant to be. But I'm gonna just keep focusing on myself, my career. That's what I want to do right now. That's what feels right. Yes, I am lonely, and that's okay. I'm just kind of sitting in those feelings. But just because I'm lonely doesn't mean I need to pursue some kind of relationship. I want to be really, really ready when I meet the person that I'm meant to be with. So I'm just gonna focus on me for now. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to chat about that because it's been on my mind lately. I want to know in the comments below, what is your relationship status? Are you single, ready to mingle? Is it complicated? Are you married? How long have you been married? I just want to know. I like learning about you guys. If you don't want to share that information, write none ya business down in the comments below. I appreciate you guys watching to the end of the video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you loved it, share it with your friends. Have a great weekend, guys, and I'll see you on Monday. Oh, by the way, I'm gonna clean out the Suburban this weekend. So, maybe I won't be able to do it because it's gonna be Easter and I'm supposed to drive down and do Easter with the family. I don't know. It's another van life escape room type of weekend. I could skip Easter, but I have to go down there anyways to get my package, which has my Jackery in it, and I need my Jackery to use my fridge. Okay, anyway, enough about my internal dialogue. Have a wonderful weekend, and see you on Monday.